Hello everybody, I'm trying out my new mic. It should be, I wonder about that. Let me check something out once. So it seems to be working pretty good. So I have a new mic, I have a new headset. It's PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 compatible. What I'm doing right now is my friend built this park, and it's kind of like a tribute to Grezzel. And there's some things in the part that are kind of small little details that I gotta go in and check it out, because he'd put a lot of time and effort into this, and I love his work. He does some good stuff. I like the way he blends in his scenery. He just doesn't drop a ride in and say, okay, here you go. He incorporates it in. He creates the scenery. He creates the thing that goes with it. So he does an awesome job. Right here is an example. I've used this here to ride myself, but his is different because he's made it his. He's put in the two cars, the scenery, the things to make it look like, okay, there's a little go-kart track in the park, and come race if you like. And I think it's cool. I've always, myself, I love go-kart tracks. Always love go-karts. We went to France for a TDY thing. I remember once we went to an indoor go-kart track. Oh, that was so much fun. And like I said, to me, it was the first time I ever been indoors in an indoor go-kart track. And it had the climbs, the hills, and it was pretty cool. I loved it. So that's why I have one in my park, because I think people love the go-kart tracks. Look at the detail my friend put into this. The train itself is even smoking still, as if it just crashed there, and the steam is still coming off the engine. And look at the deal; it came through the building, and he incorporate. That's what I'm talking about. His scenery. He incorporated it into the look and the theme of that ride in the park. It looks cool. And there's your sci-fi stuff here. He's got some pretty cool rides in this park. I'm going to go back and do a little bit more on that. But we have 12 minutes and 37 seconds. I might. I'm going. Like I said, I'm going to put this together, save it, then I can go ahead and back and put different stuff I can cut and paste. I just was right now just checking out the headset, and I wanted to make something to show that I appreciate what my friend's done, and kind of point out some of the little details that when you're building and working on some of the stuff, you don't think about it until you're actually there building it. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I can use this here. And the landscaping, there's more to just what you see, because you got to kind of sculpture the land itself. You got to bring up areas, you got to dip it down and make it so that you can fill it up with water, because if you don't have it set up right, you can't fill water. It won't take the water, because there'll be a spot where the water would drain out. So it takes a little learning process to put that together, but he had it there by the castle. Here's Grezzel's Den. All my franchise, I always have Grezzel's Den, the hotel, the bed and breakfast, and the restaurant. I kind of created that as a franchise, and I usually put the hotel and the restaurant in my parks when I build them. And this is kind of a tribute to that. And one of the things too is I can remember when we were first building this, first starting out, chatting back and forth. The one ride he was working on had all these pumpkins he had to put in, and it was like, I remember talking about it and stuff, and that's kind of like, okay, I remember, yeah, pumpkins. And then you get Grezzel's Highway. Look at all the old cars. I'd love to have one of those cars, those old cars, but they're too expensive and it takes a lot to maintain them, and I can't afford that right now. It's kind of like one of those hobbies that you got to choose and just go for it, or it's an expensive hobby. And we're back at Grezzel's Highway. Oh, Yeah, Grezzel Speedway. And this is a tribute to my wife, Philette. Thank you, man. That's so cool. Philette's Pit Stop, and it's open to the public, and they come and they have a pit stop. Um, it's always a good thing to have a pit stop at a speedway. Like I said, I've always liked go-kart tracks. I've always put one in my parks. The thing with this here is you can go in and you can build a whole different track. You don't have to use what they have here. But there's one basic track that when you bring it in, it's got the stuff there. It's perfect. You drop it in, and then you can create it around that. Because I've used that ride myself a lot. I love this ride. I love the jousting part about it. And like I said, once again, it's not just a matter of just dropping the ride in and having it, and well, you can, but look at the detail. Look at what he's done to make it look like a medieval jousting arena. And then you get to go and watch the jousting while you're riding around in it. Okay. And I know the two jousters are animated, but that's whole part of the animation thing, and use it, like, look at the spiders moving, the little details like that. So, ooh, we're gonna have to cut that bit out, aren't we? Cut and paste, Mr. Editor, cut and paste. Like some of this I can speed up. So if I do speed a lot of this up, it might be the voice of the prairie dogs. Because when I speed something up and it's my voice being sped up, that would be one of my prairie dog friends that comes in from Coaster Zoo, and they're probably, a prairie dog thing there, so they come over and they help me out in the parks. No, I'm just making that up. But let's see what we got going here. See what I was talking about landscaping? No, look at that left where that roller coaster is at. That had to be dug down enough and flattened to a point that he can put the walkways there and it's flat and still have the water there. That takes a little bit of doing, and I like that detail because it gives you the look of actual water. It's not just a little puddle or fountain you're putting there. And if you know what you're doing, you can use that to your great effect. And I use that in my next part. This here ride, he called it drone race. It's a cool ride. I liked it. The minute I saw it, I said, I can use that ride. So I put it in my park. I changed it up a little bit, gave it a little different name, but that's where the idea of that one came from, was his park. And a lot of my ideas come when I'm looking through. Look at this train. Look at this whole Western thing set up. I love it. That's a neat ride too. I've taken all these rides, I've been on them before. I've got clips and stuff of them, but I'm trying to use my new mic and I want to see how it works, and so I'm creating some new content, and I want him to know that I appreciate what he's done and that I haven't, for saying Phil has been feeling ill. She's been sick for a little bit, and so I've been taking care of her as also nursing my cold and stuff. So I hadn't done a little bit, haven't been doing too much on the PlayStation and stuff like that. So I'll be doing a little bit more now that I got a new mic, because I was doing some recording. Even the one I posted with Phil Ed and me playing Minecraft, it was cracking. There was time I even put a little message in there saying the mic is going bad. So, but we went to Walmart last night, or yesterday, and I got a new mic. Well, Phil got a new PlayStation 5, so I'll be setting that up as well. And then we're going to use her PlayStation 4, so I can do like maybe the Minecraft stuff, or we can do Minecraft stuff, and then she could do stuff on the PlayStation 5 as well. Or we could do the Minecraft on 5, because a lot of the stuff I have on mine is, you can bring it from the library. Like all her games and stuff like that. You could go to the library that has PlayStation stuff on it, and then you can bring in those games and download them if you have to, or if you want to, or if you just want say, okay, that's what I like that game, but I don't have time, or you can leave it in the library. You can always download it later. But let's get back to the park. Oh, look at the detail. Look at that ride. I've been on that ride too. We're gonna have to go on some rides and do some stuff for that. Like I said, I feel that's feeling better. I'm feeling better. I'm making a boiled dinner right now. Should almost be ready here in about a half hour. I'll take some over to my son, and then potatoes, cabbage, carrots, ham. So it should be pretty good. So look at this, look at this park. It's so cool. See, once again, there's that water I was talking about. That had to be landscaped, and then some of the land comes up, and all that water and all that. See, that's scenery right there with the rocks. And then he had built the castle in the background there. And he put a lot of time and effort into this, and I appreciate it. And I thank you, buddy. And if there's stuff you want me to check out, or if there's little details you put in here that I've missed, you let me know, and I'll go check them out. I've done that to a buddy, another guy, put some stuff in the park, and he never even realized I'd done it. So sometimes I like to put in a ride, but no one can get to it. But if you go visit the park, you could go there and visit that ride. I've done that in a couple parks. Because what you do is you create like the ride, you have the exit, right? You create a little area there, and then you can have the entrance coming off that exit. And then if that ride would work, you can put it on test and let it run. For instance, if you want to put like in a river, you can use the river thing like that, but you don't have to have, guests on it, but you can use it as a test thing and just have the river flowing through different parts of your park. And that's what I did with that one. So there's different things you can do using oh, hold up a second. All right, now let's export this clip. We need some music. Transitions are looking good. We got a couple minutes to play with. Okay, good job, everybody. So, script clip from ELE Studio and Sons for Lead and OelGrez, Gwen and Jazz. Thank you.